Anyway, in the email, this is what stuck out to me. She was just throwing in my face, oh, he takes care of my kids. He took care of his ex's kids. The reason why he not taking care of your kids because you toxic. It's your fault. Now, this is something that women say to themselves to smooth out what they know is wrong. They want to try to make it seem like the baby mama is wrong in the situation so they can feel justified and feel a little bit better about the arrangement that they have with a man that they know isn't taking care of their kids. A lot of single mothers, or just moms in general, feel bad when they hear about mothers taking care of children alone. So oftentimes, in order to justify some of the bad behaviors that they have with men who don't have, that aren't taking care of their kids, like if they have a relationship with this man, to justify it, right? They try to make it seem like, oh, she's a bad person. That's why he's not doing it. And then it makes them feel better about their arrangement with this man. But it's delusion, right? It's delulu. So Delulu is throwing in my face like she been doing though, because for the past couple of years, she just been throwing the relationship in my face. And I've been trying to tell this woman, like, I don't have nothing against you in your relationship. Like, I'm happy that you found somebody that you love and he love you. And if that's what y'all do, then rock out. You know, I want every woman to be happy, right? But all I care about is him taking care of his son. That's it. That's my business. Everything else he do, not my business, right? And I've been saying this in the emails that's been sent to me for 3 or 4 years. Also in the email, she's upset, right? She's saying, you keep putting me and him in your content. And I'm like, no, I didn't do that until recently. Because I started to notice that apparently if someone is continuing to keep sending me pictures of my son's father and his new woman that I'm not asking for, I don't want none of this shit. So if somebody keeps sending it to me, clearly they want to be seen in my shit. They know I'm a content creator because they find in everything I do. I'm talking about my graphic design business website. They were sending emails to. She was sending emails to. Like I said, my client list, my graphic design list, all that stuff. She was sending stuff. So she knew very well who I was, right? She's sending the pictures. I'm like, okay. Now I'm asking for a donation. So what I'm going to do is, for entertainment purposes, I'm going to tell people have a GoFundMe out here. I'm putting my Cash App out here. I'm telling people I need help with my room. Meanwhile, someone's sending me pictures of my son's father on vacation with another woman. And then here comes the picture of him with the birds. I don't know if y'all seen the picture of him with the birds, but it's still on my Facebook, I think. And it's on my TikTok, I think. Of the, clips of me showing them on vacation somewhere on the beach somewhere. And so that was the video. And the video is going viral. It's still going viral on Facebook, right? And so I'm just now putting y'all in my content, really. And so she's upset about that because she feels like I should handle it privately. I shouldn't be putting her pictures out there. And I'm like, well, bitch, if you didn't want me to have your pictures, why the fuck did you keep throwing this shit in my face? You didn't want me using your pictures in my content. Why the fuck did you keep sending them to me for 3 or 4 years? Like, shoving it in my face, like forcefully. I didn't ask for pictures of you and him together. You kept sending them to me. So in the email, she's also saying that her best friend introduced her to who I was because my son's father didn't talk to her about me. And it makes sense because when you want to hide a whole baby from a woman, you're not going to bring up the baby or the baby mama. You know what I mean? You're definitely not going to say anything because especially if your child's mother is a social media personality, if your child's mother is a public figure, you know that a lot of people know, you know what I mean, of this person. They might not like this person or they love this person. Either way, this person is a well-known person. So if you are a man and you're dating a woman and you don't want that woman that you're dating to know that you have a kid by someone who's, I don't know, a D-list celebrity like me, you know what I'm saying? A YouTuber and shit and a social media personality, a former model and life coach and all of this stuff. Of course, you're not going to say anything because you know this person might just know who your baby mama is. So anyway, she's like, oh, for a year, I didn't know. And my coworker told me that's why I reached out to you the first time. And I'm trying to explain to her, you shouldn't have reached out to me the first time. You should have just confronted him and see what he said. So she confronted him and he basically told her he hated me, right? And that's why he don't take care of his son. And to me, it's like, again, here goes the justification, the excuses of why he's not around his son. I haven't done anything to this dude. All I do is just keep telling the truth about his ass, right? And that's what he can't stand, because a lot of men want to perpetuate this facade about who they are as a person. And he told me that's the kind of person he is. He said to me, that's the kind of person he is when we was breaking up. He told me the truth. He was just like, I'm the type of person that I'm the worst one out of all of my friends, but everybody always thinks I'm the best one because I basically manipulate and trick them into thinking that. And I did that with you. So he's keeping it a buck with me. He told me not to trust him. So now I don't. And so I speak the truth about him. And I'm sure any liar or someone who's trying to pretend they something they not hate when somebody say, hey, this is the type of person they are, get away from them. You know what I mean? But it doesn't take rocket science to figure out that someone you're dating is a bad person, because usually the red flags show you. So in her case, she's been dating a man for a year, and she's finding out he has a baby he didn't tell her about. That's when she should have left him. Any woman, let me tell you something, any woman in your right mind, if you're dating a man and y'all been dating for a year and one of your coworkers just shows you like some videos of some chick or YouTube or whatever, and she's talking about how, ain't this your man? Your man clearly has a baby. And you're like, my man got a kid? And then you go to your man and you ask your man, you got a baby? And he say, yeah. Delete his ass. It's time for him to go. Because no man that care about you genuinely, no partner of yours that you've been with for a year, child, love you if he would go without telling you something that motherfucker is significant. Because it's one thing to be the type of father that, like, put it like this, you a good man, right? Let's say you a good man. You got a terrible ass baby mama, but you a good dude and you know you want to be a father. You're going to tell the woman that you're dating, I got a kid. You know what I mean? She going to know from jump, I got a kid, but I can't see my kid because my baby mama be like, you know what I mean? And you're going to tell her the truth from jump. This dude didn't bother saying shit to her for a whole year. He ain't say nothing to her. Now, this is what she's saying to me. So, mind you, the first time she sent me the email, right, I wasn't going to respond. I was saying, I'm not going to respond to this. I'm going to just ignore her like I ignore all other emails this motherfucker sent me. And then my sister hits me up and says she hit up my sister. Now, my sister's telling my mother this. My mother tells me this. So I text my sister and I'm like, I'm so sorry that this is like someone's, reaching out to you. And she said, people reach out to me all the time because, this is people like, when they can't get my attention, they try to reach out to my family and friends and try to turn my family and friends against me. And my family and friends so used to it, they know that this is what people do. They just be like, fuck you. I know her better than you. You know what I mean? So internet people be trying. And when I ignore certain people, they go for my family. So because I have been ignoring this bitch for 4 years and she emailed me and I didn't respond, she goes to my sister. Right? So my sister is a very like private, drama-free, kind person. She's married. She's real chill. Like, she be chilling. You know what I mean? Like, my sister is not, you know what I mean? My sister's a very talented, very beautiful person. She's a very kind person. She helps me whenever she can. That's my sister, right? And my sister don't like being involved in drama. It's just how it is. Like, I don't come from that. I don't come from a family of, like, put it like this. The people that I distance myself from in my family are usually the ones who are dramatic. So I'm not around a lot of my family because it's a lot of drugs, it's a lot of alcohol, it's a lot of bullshit. But me, my mother, and my sister, real chill. It's like real. My mother can trip sometimes, but for the most part, we get along, fine. Like we just, what I mean, like because we all nice, right? Easy to get along with. So anyway, my sister is like, let's talk. So we start talking, and what we're trying to figure out is how to understand her as a woman. Delulu. Me and my sister trying to understand Delulu. We're trying to figure out, what she's insecure about. We women, we've been through experiences with men. We know how it feels to, you know, be with a man that we love, and we find out he got a kid, or we find out that he cheating, or we find out that he lying or some shit like that. We as women, we understand that. So me and my sister are like, okay, let's see if we can understand this woman. Let's see if we can like figure out where she coming from. And I'm like, well, personally, I don't like the fact that she reached out to you. That's a problem. I don't like the fact that she's been reaching out to me for 4 years and I ignored her, because the experience between me and my son's father and what we're going through don't have nothing to do with her. You know, if he wanted to be a father, he would probably reach out to me on his own. He doesn't want to be a father, right? So he's not reaching out to me. And so this is very much what this woman, Delulu, is saying to my sister. She's saying to my sister, he doesn't talk about his child or his child's mother often. And honestly, if I was him, I wouldn't talk about that shit either, because he talked about it at the wrong time, publicly, and lied about it. And all he's going to do is lie some more, right? And if he doesn't want you to know anything about me and a kid that he's hiding, why would he sit here and have a conversation with you? He's not going to do it. You know what I mean? So she's like, he doesn't want to, you know, he doesn't talk about her. And my sister's telling her, listen, I'm not going to do the drama with you, but if he wants to talk about his son, I'll be happy to talk to him. Right. So this is what she tells, you know, Delulu. And so Delulu's mad. She's making it seem like I've been harassing her, and she's telling my sister a whole bunch of bullshit. Right. And I'm like, my sister knows that you've been reaching out to me, because I already shared every time someone reached out. Because every time somebody reached out to me and was sending me pictures of my son's father, I would send it to my family so people could know I'm not making this shit up. I needed some other, like, I got so much proof and evidence that this is happening to me. I'm a proof and receipts type of person. So everything I say, I back it up. That's the type of person I am. So she's like, my sister already knows what's up. And so she's talking about Delulu, talking about how she want to whip my ass and she going to fly here. And I'm thinking, you got all this energy to fly here to whip my ass, but have no energy to fly here so that your fiance or husband can meet his child.